So, good evening, everybody. It's so amazing to see so many faces joining us tonight from all over the world. Amazing. For those of you who've not met me before, my name is Rowene Taylor. I'm the operations manager here at the school. And on behalf of Cindy and the team, I just want to give you a very, very warm welcome to this evening of mediumship with Donna, Stewart, and Larry Davids. Enjoy the evening, and I'm going to hand you over to Donna and Larry now.
Okay, so just echoing, thank you, Rowene. Lovely introduction there. And welcome, everyone. I've just realised we have two screens, so I can see other people that I've met before. And I'm going to do a big shout out for Swathi as well. Because Swathi, I missed you at the open day. We were in the same room and we didn't even get to see each other. And everyone else, it's wonderful to see you as well. So because we are working between two screens, I know that Larry and Rowene and I will be eyes for each other. But if we're coming to you this evening to give you a message and we don't see you waving, please just indicate in the chat box, I'm here and we'll find you. So it's a sort of moving carpet situation. So thank you for everybody. And even though we personally acknowledge some people, I'm just delighted, as I'm sure Larry is, and I'll let him speak in a moment because I can be like a runaway train if you know me. And just to say what a special evening and how much we appreciate your support. And one of the reasons for bringing this evening to you and also our masterclass next week, which we'll talk about later, is just to continue to raise the awareness of mediumship at the School of Intuition and Healing, the International School. I just want to say, and Larry will tell you his story in a moment, I've been with the school for 15 years and I used to go down to London every week when our founder Sue Allen was there. And I've been with the school for all of this time. So just to say to you all, if you're new to the school, please stay the journey. This is one of the most special places that you can be because the tutors are all friends. We're all here for each other. And it's a loving, supportive community, as you will discover this evening. So I'm just going to do a quick, sort of a checklist with you. So please just pop your hand up for us, please, either manually or otherwise, if this is your first demonstration of mediumship. Let's see how many new people we have here. Oh, lovely. Okay, that's super. So we're just going to do a quick overview of what can happen. Could I ask you all, please, if you could put your cameras on? I realise that in some parts of the world, the internet's not brilliant, but we need to see you all. We'd love to see your beautiful smiling faces. We want to see what's in your background. We want to see all your treasures and dive in. So no, please do that. So I'm going to just say, if Larry or I come to you, the way the evening's going to run is Larry's going to speak to you in a moment, just about the foundations of development. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about going on from there and the continuation and what can happen. And then Larry is going to give us a fabulous demonstration of his amazing mediumship for around about 30 minutes. And then I'll also connect with spirits after then. If there's time and energy at the end, then we're going to try and do a joint link together for somebody. So that's one spirit and two people working with them. What we need, my lovelies, is the sound of your voice, and we need you to think very quickly and to respond to us quickly. So, for instance, if Larry or I are making, we may know where we're going. We may be drawn to one of you on the screen, but we may ask if anyone can take the information. Please don't wait for the name, address, shoe size, blood group, and occupation all in one go. If you think that sounds like your loved one, please raise your hand either manually or with the raised hand. And it doesn't matter if more than one person takes it. Larry or I will go into the energy. We'll find out. Sometimes people will say, I didn't want to take the message in case it's for somebody else. Okay, please don't worry about that. We'll sort it out. So please, when we're talking to you, if you could just pop yourselves off of mute and talk back to us. We all want to know whether it's right or wrong, and everybody wants to know if we're great or we're useless, or, let's all be a team together here and cheer each other on. Okay, so I'm going to hand over to Larry now. Go and find him on the screen. So, Larry, are you there? Have you gone to sleep yet with me talking?
Oh, is it time to wake up? Sorry. Well, good evening, everyone. And thank you, Donna, and thank you for Roween. So I'd just like to talk briefly about the foundation class that I teach for the school. And many people have a misconception thinking, well, I didn't see spirit from the age of 3 or 5 years old, because sometimes we hear these stories or we read these books about these mediums, and they just seem to have this ability to see spirits sitting on their bed or just seeing spirit as a young child. I never had that experience. So I always tell my students, there's two kinds of mediums. We have a very small percentage that are called natural mediums that just seem to have this natural ability to see spirit with their physical eyes, which is called objective seeing. But 90% or 95% of mediums actually have to work and develop the skill set. It's a bit like music. Do you have to go to music school to learn to read and write music in order to be a musician? And of course, the answer is no. I mean, if you look at all these pop bands like the Beatles and all the bands in the 60s and 50s, a lot of them played. They were enamored by music. They would listen to music. They would watch musicians play. They absorbed it naturally. They would like practice the skill. And mediumship's a bit like music. When you apply yourself and you practice the skill of developing your mediumship, which we can all do. And why is it all of us can develop mediumship? Well, if someone says to you, "Who are you?" would you be able to answer that question in 10 seconds or less? And the correct answer is, to win a free fridge with an ice cube tray, is you're a spiritual being living in a physical body. So that means because we're all spiritual beings living in a physical body, we're naturally intuitive. We have something called clairs. What are these clairs? Well, many of you might know the word clairvoyance, which is French for clear seeing, because in many books and movies we seem to know the word clairvoyance a lot. And when we communicate with spirit, they don't have a physical body anymore. So they don't have vocal cords. So when I started out demonstrating on platform, and I used to do something called fledgling night, where you go on platform to try and give 1 or 2 links. And I didn't know much about mediumship. I was very naive in those days. I'd be standing on the platform and I'd just be standing there in silence, thinking I was going to hear this loud voice speak in my ear, give me all this amazing information. And I remember the tutor, the church person at the back of the church yelling, "Say something, say anything." And I was just standing there saying, "I don't hear anything." And she would say, "You're not supposed to hear anything." I said, "What?" So if we're not supposed to hear anything, how the heck are we supposed to communicate with spirit? Well, spirit, as I said, don't have a physical body anymore. They're energetic beings. They're high vibrational being. So they communicate with us through creating impressions. So how do we interpret those impressions? As a human being, we have 5 physical senses. That's how we communicate to each other. For example, now all of you can see me. You can probably hear me. But to hear spirit, they use our clairs, our non-physical senses. We have 6 non-physical senses. And that's how we are trained and we work to develop and communicate with spirit. So this is why it takes practice, because we practice techniques, we practice strategies, we practice tools, energy tools. It's a bit like if we all were in an exercise class. It'd be no good about saying, "Do you know, everyone, today we're going to start practicing yoga." Oh, whoopie-doo. Let's see what yoga is like. Well, in order to see the benefits of yoga or any exercise program, we have to do something called repetition. We have to practice on a weekly basis. And it's like that with mediumship. Whether you start out in foundation or you're an advanced medium, it doesn't matter what level you're at. The mediumship, the ability to keep progressing and unfolding to the next level, the learning never stops. And that's what makes something like mediumship, or even music, or maybe anything, being a chef. There's always something and more to learn. So as a working medium myself, I'm always trying to improve and reach a new level, because I know when I work, and I'm sure many mediums will say the same thing, you get to a certain level of your mediumship, and then you always know, wow, I wonder if I could do this instead. Or for example, if you're no good at giving names, maybe you think, I'd love to be able to give names, or the month or the day, or maybe the kind of evidence you don't give at the moment. So there's always something to keep trying to implement and develop within your mediumship. For example, if you want to work as a demonstrating medium, well, there's lots of things one can keep learning and unfolding. If you just want to focus on being a one-to-one medium, again, there's lots of other skill sets we keep keep unfolding and developing. So mediumship is a very exciting journey. And also the good thing about mediumship, it's also a form of personal development because as you start working and unfolding your natural intuitive abilities, the mediumship starts allowing you to change your perspective on life. It raises your vibration, your frequency. You start understanding what's called there's more to life that meets the eye. What's called maybe the laws of the universe, or some people call it LOA, law of attraction, or working with principles of energy. So mediumship has like many tenfold positive benefits, attributes. For example, I've got bad hay fever at the moment, and I do something called sitting in the power. And when I sat in the power today, it got rid of all the itchiness in my eyes. And I thought, wow, isn't that cool? So it's amazing how when we practice these techniques or tools or strategies to unfold and develop our mediumship, there's all these extra side benefits as well. Or for example, if I'm starting to feel a bit like I'm catching a cold, either I work with spirit giving a reading or a dem, the symptoms of a cold seem to vanish. It's amazing. Or when I sit in the power again, I get my energy back. So we're all energetic beings. So we have to remember we're spiritual beings living in a physical body. That means, again, we have this intuition that's been given to us. And at school, they don't really train you and teach you and say, do you know, Diane, I want you to use your intuition instead of memorizing this or instead of giving a presentation. It's always about, did you write that essay? Did you memorize that chapter? So we don't have an opportunity to unfold and develop this natural intuitiveness that we all have. And many children see spirit naturally. For example, I used to see leprechauns as a child and a teenager. And I'll never forget once the leprechaun, it was nighttime, about 7 p.m. My sister was in bed, her bedroom door was shut. I thought, oh, I've caught you now because I was trying to catch these leprechauns because they were always running by so quickly. And when I told my parents that, they said, don't be so stupid, stop using your imagination or something like that. So I opened up my sister's doors thinking, I'll catch this one and I'll show them that these little things really exist. Of course, I opened the door, it was gone. I couldn't see it anywhere. And I'm thinking, that's weird. How did it run through the door and where the heck did it go? So in the meantime, I got told off. What are you doing waking up your sister? She's supposed to be sleeping. So unless you grow up with family members or friends who understand what's called spiritual things and concepts, people think you're mad. Or if you start seeing auras, or you just a very strong clairsentient, meaning you feel energy quickly and easily, as I always have as a young child, you get in trouble because you'll say things and people say, don't be so stupid. And then when it turns out to be true, they think, that's weird. How did so and so know to pick up on that information? So the world of mediumship is a fascinating subject. Whether you read about mediums, the pioneers, or you watch working mediums, everyone ends up developing a different style of mediumship as well. And that's what makes it really exciting. There's no such thing as like, well, we're all going to study mediumship. That means we're all going to end up sounding the same. No, because what happens, all of you here already have your natural personality. So as you allow your mediumship to unfold, your personality will be unfolding itself naturally within your mediumship. So in the foundation, you learn subjects as declares. What is a spirit reading, or what is a psychic reading versus a mediumship reading? Because in the beginning, many people confuse psychic with mediumship. And how do we connect with spirit? How do we maintain a link? And what can we do outside of class to keep developing and unfolding a mediumship? What about the ethics of mediumship? Is it okay to, you're at the supermarket queuing up, you tap the woman in front of you saying, by the way, it looks like your father's in the spirit world. Can you understand that? And the woman goes, oh my gosh. And she runs away. So in ethics and mediumship, we just don't go blurting things out. We wait till somebody has a desire and they contact you and say, okay, Laura, I'd like to have a reading with you or something like that. You see? So we just don't dash around telling things to people without consent, basically. And the history of mediumship, where did this mediumship start from? It's been around for a long time. It hasn't just been around since the 1950s or the 1940s. And does mediumship evolve? Does mediumship keep changing? Well, from my perspective, it is, because as life keeps changing and evolving, mediumship, the way to communicate, the way spirit wants to communicate with us, keeps changing as well. So it's not just a static form of like learning. It's like anything in life, whether it's music, the way restaurants work, the industry of cooking, anything. Everything keeps changing as life keeps changing. So as a medium, it's exciting as well because we keep up with like, how is spirit? Because spirit will always be your real teacher. Spirit will put the books, the courses, the classes, the teachers that you should be working with. And as you work with spirit, they will always give you an opportunity to learn on the job, as they say. So never think just because you're studying mediumship and you say, well, that's it. I've done this 10-week course. I'm now going to be a working professional. It doesn't work that way because, again, it's like it just takes time. Like trying to get in shape. If we're in an exercise class, if somebody says, okay, I need to get into shape in 2 weeks' time, I've got a hot date. How long will this take me? Well, a good personal exercise trainer will never be able to say, yes, I can guarantee in 2 weeks you'll have this, you'll have that. No, there's no such thing as a time frame. There's something called a gestation period, meaning it takes time, and everybody's unfoldment or journey will be completely different from one person to the next. So this is something else that's good to be aware of. Never compare yourself to anyone else. You can allow yourself to be inspired or motivated by someone, but never allow yourself to compare yourself to anyone because we're all unique, we're all gifted, and we're all talented. It's just a matter of like allowing ourselves to unfold. And like everything in life, some days you'll have good days and some days you'll have bad days. That's life, the ebbs and flows of life. You just don't stop your mediumship journey because you think, ooh, well, that was a tough link or that was a rough dem. No, that's like the spirit world allowing us to reflect positively and think, okay, what happened there? What can I learn from that situation? You see? And spirit very clever. They will always give us the opportunities and the experiences that we need to learn from. So in foundation, you do learn a lot, what I call the yin and yang of mediumship. And I share my personal anecdotes. So you can see what's it like from a working medium to be learning mediumship as opposed to a cookie cutter method where, okay, turn to page 5, everyone, and whether you understand this or not, we're just going to talk about page 5. No. And then we get to practice with each other. We get to share our experiences. So we learn from each other because mediumship is also about developing and building a community of like-minded souls. So we learn from each other as well. So in foundation, then it will lead to the intermediate. And this is where Donna comes in, where she can explain what you cover in intermediate and the advanced classes as well.
Okay, thank you, Larry. So just in case anybody's thinking at the moment, I'm not quite sure that that's for me because I'm not even sure if I have mediumistic abilities. Could I just tell you that my only reason for going to the first development class that I ever went to was not to develop it, was just to close it off. Because I'm a bespoke wedding cake maker and I just could not get on with the work. I had spirit with me. I'd had it all of my life. So I went along very naively to a class. And when they asked me why I was there, I said, well, please don't think I'm being rude, but I'm not staying. Could you just turn it off and then I can go back and do whatever else I'm supposed to do? And it didn't work out that way. And the tutor said, no, I don't think so. I think you're here for a while. So just to say to you as well that if you're thinking, I'd love to try that, but it's not for me, I would just say try it. And Larry's class is one where it is experimental, as it always is. So you may go in thinking, I'm not really sure, and then you can find your way with that. But if you do go to that next stage or want to go to that next stage at the school, we offer, it's the mediumship progression program. And so if you were then moved into intermediate level, you would come under my tender care and I would nurture you through. And if you felt you wanted to take this much further, possibly even go on to be a working medium, which not everybody does. Sometimes, as Larry has said, it's good for connecting with ourselves, connecting with our family. But if you decide to go on and take that next journey, then you can go through to the advanced level where if it's the right pathway for you, you can apply for accreditation and be an accredited medium with the school, which we're very proud of. And just to say to you all that some of you might be at that beginner's level, some of you may just be inquirers, some of you may be more advanced or you want to progress further. So just to let you know that here at the school, we offer you a full programme to support your mediumship. But before doing that, we'd just like to connect you with some of your loved ones. So Larry and I are going to link with people in the spirit world that you may know, that you have loved, that you shared your lives with, just to give you a sense of the healing and the love that can be brought from connecting two worlds together. So I'm going to hand you back to Larry. Please do speak loud and clear. It's a different dynamic in the sense it's not like being in person in a room. So if you think you know the information, please wave like crazy. Let us know you're there if we don't see you. And I'm going to hand you back to Larry and he's going to start his demonstration. So thank you, Larry. Over to you.
All right, one thing I forgot to tell you, I like to demonstrate telepathically, so you might not hear what I'm saying. Oh, what a shame. That's next week's dem. Never mind. I'm in the wrong dem. So, as I come to you, as Donna said, if I can hear your voice, yes, no, I'm not sure. It's good. It helps the link as well. And sometimes I don't get names. When I get names, maybe I don't pronounce them correctly. So sometimes I might hear the vowel sounds, but not the proper name. So it's also good if you can think. Um, for example, I might hear Panama, and you might say, "Oh no, my mum's name wasn't Panama; it was Wamama," or something like that. Sometimes I don't quite get it correct. Anyway, so I do feel drawn to a father. I feel I have father. I feel Irish. I do feel drawn to Mary Summers. Is Mary Summers still here? If you are, can you please say yes or no? I have to scroll through the boxes. There's so many people here. Let's see. Um, hmm. I don't see a Mary Summers anymore. Oh
I'm
well.
here, Larry.
Are you? All
Yeah.
right. Right. Can you? Oh, there you are. Can you understand Father in the spirit world, please?
Yes.
Yeah. And would you understand very hardworking man as well?
Yes, he was.
But he had a great sense of humor. You'd understand his sense of humor?
Yes, and I've got that too.
Okay. Yeah, you got that too. So I feel like hardworking man, very kind man, and he would work very hard, but a very honest man. He like if he said something, he would honor his word. Would you understand that?
Yes, that was true
Yeah.
too.
And I do feel, unfortunately, there were people maybe that took advantage of his good nature sometimes as well.
I would say that happened. Yeah.
Yeah. And would you also remember or know that in the evenings he liked to enjoy his social life by drinking?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Because I could see, like, in this day and age, everyone's on the computer or Netflix. I feel like in his day, his equivalent of being at home Netflix was being out in an environment somewhere drinking with like-minded souls, if that makes sense.
Yes,
Friends.
he loved to
Yeah.
go to the pub and meet his friends.
Yeah. And I also feel he was a very good storyteller because I can hear him telling stories as well.
Yes, and he used to play the accordion.
Ah, okay, cool. So, because I hear becoming very lively, and he's not an alcoholic. He just loves drinking. He's got his beer there, and he's very good at engaging with people. I feel like he was very good at interacting with people as well. So, would you remember or know how he's very good at just interacting with people?
Yes, but obviously back in the day he was always very outgoing and very outspoken, and always had friends around him.
Yeah. And I also hear the name John. John, would John make sense?
Yeah, well, I have a brother John, and my great grandfather was John.
All right. And a woman's name, Mary? Mary?
Yes, that would be my grandmother.
All right, yeah. And I'll give you one more woman's name I'm hearing, Elizabeth.
Yes, I have a cousin Elizabeth.
Okay, thank you. So anyway, and I do feel like Father, um, he didn't like to see doctors. You'd understand he didn't like to see medical people.
No, he didn't. No.
That's right. Because I do feel he was told at several times in his life that he should see someone or like see a doctor, but he refused.
Yes, he was very stubborn, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's right. You took the words out of my mouth. My next statement was going to be, you'd understand he was a very stubborn individual,
Yeah.
but it's as if he didn't understand like what could those people do for me. And there's something about he is a man full of pride. He really liked to do things himself. He didn't like to be told what to do, and he wanted to figure things out himself as well.
Yes, and I have a sister exact following suit.
Yeah. But he's also showing me his hands. He must have been very good with his hands, like doing carpentry work or woodwork or something like that. Would you understand? Maybe something to do with building things as well.
He probably was back in the day. I was only 12 when he passed away. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Because he does show me his hands as if he would look at things and try and fix things as well. So I do feel he must have been very good at trying to mend or fix things in those days as well.
Yeah, because my brother is exactly the same as well. So I would say
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
following his footsteps.
Yeah. Because he does show me he didn't grow up in a house of affluence, like not much money. So you made the most of what you had and you respected what you had in those days as well.
Very true. Yeah.
So there was a feeling you didn't take anything for granted, like even your clothes, you would take as good care as you could of your clothes as well. Because I
Yeah.
do feel he didn't have many clothes or many shoes neither.
No, that's
No.
true.
Because he shows me shoes that were well worn out, but he would wear them a bit for two reasons. One, he couldn't really afford to buy new shoes, but also feel he thought it was a waste of money buying clothes and shoes all the time as well.
Yeah, I would say that was him back in the day.
Yeah. So I do feel, I'm not going to say he was frugal, but I do feel like he had a sense of what money should be spent on. And I do feel, as you said earlier, going to the pub and drinking, that's where he felt money was worth spending. It was like, my money will be spent there because I feel I earned it to spend it in that capacity.
Yeah, very true.
So, but he was aware, I'm going to say, of family life, like trying to maybe might not have verbalized it, but wanted the best quality of life for the family as well as you were growing up. Because I do feel in when he grew up, he would have had a very difficult upbringing. So you'd understand his upbringing would have been very difficult and challenging, and a lot of poverty around his upbringing as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So it's as if and also, did he used to talk about going to America as well? Because I hear him saying, America, we should go to America.
I think he had family in America, as far as I can
Okay.
remember.
Mm.
My sister done one of those trails to find out about our ancestors and all that. And I'm sure she said that we had family or he had family in America.
All right. Because I do hear him saying, if I could go to America, I'm sure I could be a lot better off there than I am here. So a feeling of like, he didn't get there, it looks like, but there was something about this like dream or this vision. If he could get there somehow, maybe life would be so different.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah. So anyway, um, he also shows me towards the end of his life, I don't know if you'd be aware, but he shows me he was prone to getting headaches towards the end of his life as well.
Possibly because he did die of cancer very young.
Yeah, okay. Because he's making reference to the head area. There was constant pain, discomfort there. But yeah. So
Probably my mother giving out to him all the time.
yeah, so
Give
you
him a
go.
headache, Larry.
Yeah. And I'm also being shown in his younger days, or even in his older days, but you already mentioned the accordion. I see music around him, how he loved music, and
Yeah.
I see his legs moving as if he must have been good at doing some form of cultural traditional dancing as well.
Yes. Yes, he
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, because I see his legs moving and very, again, very, I feel like he could be most times very charismatic, but I do feel he had his moody side to him as well. I feel sometimes he would come home and as if he didn't want to be disturbed or spoken
Yep.
to, he'd come home moody.
Yes.
So he could have his jovial times, but he could also have his moody side to himself as well.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah. And I do feel he was either not able to read or not able to read very well. Would you understand that to be true?
Possibly now. I can't remember that side of it, but yeah, he wouldn't have got much schooling.
Yeah, because he shows me books, how he's now able to read books, how in his day he was not able to read books. And it's something that made him feel insecure. And also, it feels like in his time, it's like, well, who needs to read books? What do I need books for? I learn by doing, I learn by living life. So there's a feeling like he would have, in his day, realized you learn a lot more by doing or interacting with people or situations than always having to do something with a book. So there's a
Yeah.
feeling like for him, education maybe was considered a waste of time because for him, it feels like the way he was brought up. You work hard, and you have a job, and you do the best you can. You don't really moan and groan about the job because you need a job to make money.
Yeah, that's because we've all
So,
followed suit in that as well. Yeah.
yeah. So that feels that would have been his mindset. And I do want to say to you that I feel like your father's around you all the time, that you feel him. He says that you're a very sensitive soul as well, and that you're very much like your father as well, that you too are very headstrong. And he says that's one of your good qualities, that you do are headstrong, you do believe in yourself, you don't give up. And a bit like him, you're a hardworking individual, and you know when you're not working, you do everything you can to try and put yourself back out there to actually work again, to become financially responsible. So he's very proud of your work ethic on how you're not being like a lazy bugger. You're actually making an effort to do things with your life as well. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's true. I am a little grafter.
Yeah. Now I know he shows me your life has been a bit, I don't know what the word is, on edge lately, but he says, things will be improving for you. And even from the spirit world, he shows me he's doing all he can to allow these people and opportunities to come in your life. So you start saying things as a human being like, wow, I can't believe my luck. You won't believe who I just met or what I just got. So something about he's trying to bring you more good fortune in your life, if that makes sense as well.
Lovely. Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Now, before I let you go, would you understand that there's something left by him, like a watch? You know somebody in the family has a watch that was owned by him?
Uh, yeah, I would say there's a watch at home in our house in a biscuit box.
Yeah. And if
Yeah.
you look, if you get the opportunity to look at the watch, he shows me the watch stopped at the time. It says 10 to 2 on the watch. So if you have an opportunity to see the watch and see if it actually stopped with the time of 10 to 2, 150, that's the time he shows me on the watch. Now, if it's not that, maybe 10 to 2 would have been, I don't know, the time he transitioned back to the spirit world. So I don't know if you're able to find that out as well, but he's definitely emphasizing the time 10 to 2, 150 in the afternoon as well.
Right. I think it was around that time he passed away. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what he's making me aware of as well. And he's also showing me a birthday cake. There must be a celebration coming up. Would you know a celebration coming up soon?
Yeah. Tomorrow is my birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday. Yeah.
Thank you.
And it's as if he's presenting this birthday. But would you understand his cheekiness, as if as he hands the birthday cake, he throws it in your face like those old Charlie movies or Laurel and Hardy movies, like slapstick humor.
Yeah. That sounds like Daddy. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's as if he's saying happy birthday. Oh, that's so nice. And then he just plops it in your face, from a humorous perspective. But
Oh, lovely.
he's very much around you. He loves you all the time. And it's easy to be told this, but just know that your father, your lovely father, is around you. And just send mental thoughts to him to communicate with him, because he says you're more than capable of hearing, feeling his impressions as well.
Lovely. Oh, thank you, Larry.
So I'll leave you with his love, and thank you for working with me, Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, that concludes this evening. Only joking. Right. Let's have a look. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch a recipient by its toe. So I'm going to throw it out there now. I am aware of a child. I feel I have a boy here, a young boy, maybe about 10 years old. I could have the age incorrect, but I do feel I have a boy who unfortunately passed by a tragic accident. Would anyone understand a young child, a boy who passed away from a tragic accident, please? I don't see any hands going up. Rowena, do you see any hands?
No, I'm having a look. If it does relate, can
Lynn,
anyone speak up?
Lynn,
Oh,
Lynn has her hand raised.
all right. Thank you, Lynn. Lynn, can I hear your voice, please?
Hi.
Hi. And what can you understand? Can you understand a young child boy?
Yeah, we weren't very close, but I think about him every once in a while. He was a family friend's son.
Okay. Yeah. So would you understand he passed away from a tragic accident?
Yes.
Yeah. And would you understand, did you know his personality, a very outgoing individual, very outgoing child?
I remember him very lively.
Yeah, that's a good word for it, lively, because I feel very outgoing child, full of energy, full of enthusiasm for life as well. A bit of a daredevil as well. I do feel he was a bit of a daredevil, so you'd understand a bit being on the cheeky side, like he wouldn't quite listen to his parents or what he was told, not all the time, neither.
Cheeky sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm also hearing the name David. Would you understand the name David to be relevant? If it's,
I think his name was David.
yeah, because I'm hearing David. And also, I'm also hearing the name John again. So would you understand that maybe his father is John?
I think his father was John.
Okay, yeah. So, and I'm also hearing the month January. Would you understand the month of January for birthday or anniversary?
That I didn't know his birthday, no.
Okay, well, please hold on to that, because he's definitely referring to the month of January. And towards the end of January, I'll give you the date, January the 23rd. So if you have an opportunity to find out, that would be lovely as well. And let's have a look. I do feel like, as well as the word you use, active, I do feel that he was a very intelligent young boy as well. He actually processed or absorbed information quickly. And I do feel that teachers at school did not understand his learning method or the way to learn information. So I do feel he was misunderstood by teachers and labeled incorrectly, maybe as a troublemaker or somebody who is just not really willing to cooperate with the other students. But I feel he just absorbed information very quick, and I do feel very hyper personality as well. I don't know if they still use this term these days, ADHD, but very active individual, as you said. And I do feel maybe he would have been mislabeled, misjudged, mischaracterized. But again, a very intelligent young man or young boy. And also feel like he actually had a harder goal as well. And I do feel he was very kind, very loving. And if you got to know him, or if people got to know him, you'd see this beautiful side to him that he didn't really show to other people. So I do feel like his natural personality was just to be like a cheeky little individual, but he did have a very soft, sensitive side. I do feel he's very sensitive, very intuitive as well. And again, I do feel he is greatly misunderstood by people, teachers, and I don't feel he really had that many friends. So it's a bit like he was a social outcast because I don't feel friends would resonate or gravitate towards him quickly and easy. It's as if he would scare them away. And that was not the intention he was trying to do. It's just that he didn't have the skill set at that young age to really interact or communicate with other people his own age, if that makes sense as well.
Hmm.
And I do feel he was told by his parents that he should do homework or study, which he didn't do because there's a feeling he didn't have to because he would just, it feels like he had a very good memory. He would remember things quickly and easily as well. And I do feel had he applied himself in school, he does show me now he would have made an excellent doctor or lawyer because it feels like he had a very good insight into seeing things. As you know, a lawyer always has to see the case. I don't know much about being a lawyer, but he shows me like a lawyer has to see all the different sides to a situation and look for sides that someone else is blind to seeing. It just feels like he had this very beautiful way of looking at things. Now, don't tell me, but would you know the color of his eyes? But don't tell me.
I think so.
Were they blue? Would you remember them being blue as well?
No. His father's eyes were blue, though.
All right. So you'd understand his father being blue eyes. Okay, so maybe I'm not quite hearing that right. So I'm going to say thank you for that validation. But staying with his eyes for the moment, even though you say they weren't blue, they must have been a very special color. Would you understand a special color? Because he keeps showing me the eyes, how he had the eyes, they just stood out in him. You'd see his eyes. Wow, look at those eyes. That's so cool. So if they weren't blue, they must have been some kind of color, like a mixture of colors, where you're not quite sure if it's like hazelnut looking color, because it feels like hazelnut looking, where you're not sure if it's blue, green, or brown. There's something about his eye color that really stood out for him.
Yeah, he had pretty eyes.
Yeah. And I also feel his eyes, he would smile a lot with his eyes. When you see his eyes, there's something about would make you, I don't know, feel good. Something about he would smile with his eyes all the time as well.
Oh, I could see that. I mean, I he was um yeah, I didn't spend a lot of time with him. I knew the parents better. And it
Mm,
was so
yeah,
long ago.
that's
Um,
okay. Yeah.
but I'm feeling yeah, I'm feeling a bit emotional hearing
Yeah.
hearing about him.
I'm going to give you one more month he's making me aware of. The month of April. Would you understand April to be significant?
I don't know. I could ask
Okay,
one of my
because I feel that could be his mother's birthday. So, of course, I could be wrong, but if you have an opportunity as well, it'd be great if you could see that could be his mother's birthday. Now, I don't know if you remember he used to have a skateboard. Would you know if he had a skateboard in his day?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know that.
Okay, well, because it looks like he always wanted things, but it was things that are considered today a bit boring for children to have. It just seems like he either he had or he wanted a skateboard all the time. That's what I'm seeing as well. And again, as the word used, very active, very sporty individual, and doing things that would be considered dangerous, like oh, don't do that. You might have an accident. You might fall. So again, a very adventurous individual, not scared of having accidents. Very brave individual as well. So if you're able to, I don't know if the parents you communicate with them, but there's a feeling he wants to impress that he sees a lot of people still grieving and talking about the day he passed away, saying that there's no need to talk about the day I passed away. I'm doing great over here, which is hard for people to understand, of course. But he does show me he's doing great. He's got lots of lovely friends, and that he's having a great time playing and learning at the same time. But how life for him is so much better than it was over here because it's a different way of living, it's a different way of learning, is what he shows me as well. So even though you say maybe you don't quite remember him that well, there's a feeling like he's very, I don't know what the word is, like he knew you or knows you very well as well, maybe more so than you can appreciate. So something about how he's so happy and appreciative that you were able to validate, if not all the information, some of the information to give him the credibility that he is here, that he hasn't really gone anywhere, and that he's just so happy that you're open-minded about knowing that he's still around and that there's more to life than meets the eye, as you know as well. Hmm. Now, before I let you go, he's just showing me as well. Have you been experiencing some stomach discomfort recently as well?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, because he shows me stomach discomfort for you, and it's as if he's pretending he's a doctor now. Says, "Don't worry, I've got this taken care of." He's putting his hands in your stomach, and he's also invited what's called healing-looking doctor type people to look at your situation. And yeah, so it just feels like I'm not a doctor, of course, but he does show me that you will be guided to the right people that will alleviate your current discomfort that you're experiencing at this time, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
He, he was a sweet little boy.
Mm, yeah. And before I let you go, I don't know if you'd have images of him in eating an apple, but he never finished the apple.
I don't remember that either.
All right. Okay, well, he's given me the image of an apple. He took a bite of it and he just left it there as if he's being cheeky again to say, let's see who's going to say, who left this apple here? So it's as if he was always doing things for fun, like he wanted to have fun. So like you take a bite of an apple and put it back. So again, I'm going to say he had a great sense of humor and he was a lovely young boy and just greatly misunderstood. But again, the main thing he wants to impress upon you is that he's not sad. He's having a great life. He's very vibrant and living life to the fullest. And he's very much aware of what you and everyone else is going through. And that even from the non-physical world, he's there greatly trying to help you out and everyone around him as well, which again might be hard to believe. But again, I feel such beautiful compassion and love coming from him.
His mother could really do well to hear that. I know
Yeah.
yeah, he was talked about for a long time, even among my family.
Yeah. And he does show me that his parents still have a picture of him that's framed up that they see that's in the front room there clearly for them to see. And for people that come in will see a picture of him and he looks very happy in the picture as well. So he shows me that's framed it looks like a little frame there and that he's aware of that picture as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say thank you for working with me, Lynn, and just know that he's very much around you and his parents and everyone around his family members. And he's truly a beautiful soul and doing really well in the non-physical world as well.
Thank you.
Thank you for working with me, Lynn. Take care. And now I think I better check in with Donna. I'm not sure what the time's like. Donna?
Yeah, no, you can grace us with another one, please, Larry, if you have. If you
Oh,
have one
okay.
there.
I
There
just
is
heard my
time.
spirit guide. Yeah, my spirit guide says I can grace you with another one. Oh, wow. Let me have my vodka. Cheers, everyone. Do you know, when I used to teach at university, I used to be a musician and a music lecturer at uni. And I used to have my water bottle, but it was like in a brown bottle. And some of the students started complaining. They thought I was drinking whiskey on the job. So I got reported into HR. So HR said, "Oh, we've had reports that you're drinking while you're teaching. Is that correct?" "Oh yeah, I drink all the time." Like, what? So I said, "Do you want to see what I drink?" They said, "Yes, let's see what you drink." So I pulled out my water bottle, which was brown, and they looked at it and said, "Well, that's just water." I go, "Exactly. That's what I drink when I teach because I get a dry voice." "Oh, well, that's okay." So it's really funny how the students thought I was drinking on the job and they couldn't understand why I never got drunk. That's what was really funny. The joys of teaching, you see. Well, I'm going to come to the somebody here called Deb Banner. Deb, may I work with you? Yeah. Can I hear your voice, please?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Right. So as I'm being drawn to you, because sometimes spirit draw me to certain people, would you understand Mother in the spirit world, please?
Yeah.
And would you understand that you look very similar to her as well?
Yes.
Because she shows me that there's a strong resemblance between the two of you as well.
Yes.
And your mother's got a beautiful smile as well as you do as well. Would you understand or
Thank
remember
you.
the beautiful demeanor that your mother had as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she comes in with this beautiful, peaceful, gentle energy about her. And I'm hearing the word daisy. So I'm not sure if that's the name of someone or the flower daisies. Would you understand the reference to
Probably
daisy?
the flowers. The
Yeah.
flowers.
And not just Daisy, but would you understand the flowers in general that she used to love to,
Yes,
I
yes,
don't know,
absolutely.
cultivate or take care of? Would you understand her taking care of flowers as well?
She loved flowers,
Yeah.
absolutely loved them.
It's as if she had this, I don't know, they have that expression, she had a green thumb
Yes,
because she
yeah,
knew how to, it's as if she'd look at flowers and, oh, and she would say something out loud. And sometimes they needed a bit of pruning or trimming, and she would tend to the flowers. And I also feel that she would speak to the flowers. So I don't know if you remember how she recognized flowers were like a living entity. They weren't just a flower, if that makes sense.
yeah, she absolutely adored them. She loved
Yeah.
them. Yeah,
And would you also know that in the table, it looks like in the dining room table, show it has a vase with flowers in it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And they always had to be big flowers. She shows me large
yeah.
flowers.
Everything big and beautiful.
That's right. And even in the kitchen, like on the windowsill in the kitchen, would you know or
Yeah,
remember there had been flowers there?
flowers
Yeah.
everywhere.
And
Yes,
also staying with the flowers, would you know that she knew how to make things from flowers, how to dry
yes,
petals? Yeah.
yes.
So she shows me putting dried petals like inside these little bags, as it were. And she's also showing me lavender. So I don't know if you'd remember, she'd make things with lavender flowers as
I
well.
don't remember that, but she used to crochet and stitch
Yeah.
flowers as well. She
Yeah.
loved them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like she was like very gifted, not just with flowers, but with the hands as well.
Absolutely.
Because when you said gifted in crochet, it's as if she could fix anything, like sew something up. Oh, don't worry about that. We can fix that up. So
Yes. Yeah.
now, don't worry about that. Would you remember she used to say that a lot? Well, don't worry about that. I'll have a look at that, she'd say.
Yeah, she could fix anything,
Yeah. Or
make
she'd say,
anything good.
leave it with me as well. So
Yes,
she
yes.
had this lovely ability, this lovely skill set of like being very practical, I would say. I mean, I'd look at something and think, how the heck would she fix that? But leave it to her, and she's got this beautiful mindset of able to fix things as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And again, a lovely soul. She would always speak to people. She was always very good at making people feel comfortable. And I do feel people would speak to her all the time as if she was like a healer or a life coach. People would just want to reach out to her, even
She
people she
loved
didn't know.
people.
Yeah,
Absolutely loved it. Yes.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I do feel like she'd come home and she'd say things to you like, "Oh, you won't believe who I met today or what so and so said." So she'd always like share stories of what she heard
Yes.
throughout her
Always
day as well.
always
Yeah,
talking.
that's right. Yeah. And Doris, I'm hearing the name Doris. Would you understand Doris to be significant? Dorothy
Doris.
Doris.
Doris, yes.
Yeah.
Doris is my father's mother. My father is still alive. He's
Yeah.
98. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know I gave Mary to somebody else, but I'm also hearing Mary for you as well. Would you understand Mary?
Mary was a sister-in-law.
All
Yes.
right. Yeah. Okay. And Jackie, would you understand Jackie to make sense?
Jackie. I don't know Jackie.
All right. Well, hold on to Jackie, see if it
Yeah.
comes back at some
Yeah.
point. Yeah. Now, your mother also had a favorite TV shows. Would you remember her watching her favorite TV show?
She was always watching TV. Yeah.
Yeah. But it feels like there's more when you say always watching TV. It feels like there was something very specific she used to watch. Would you understand her watching Coronation Street?
I can't remember. I don't know what she watched. Yeah. She did.
Shame on you. Right. Well, if you don't remember her, because I'm definitely hearing and seeing the title Coronation Street. So, and yeah, so there's something about, and on her time, would you know if your TV was in black and white as well?
Oh gosh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because she showed me a TV that's all in black and white all the time, so not having a colored TV at that time as well. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah.
Now, when she watched the telly, would you remember this specific armchair that she used to sit in as
Yes.
well? Yeah.
Yeah. That my dad is sitting in now. Yeah.
Yeah, because it feels like that was her armchair.
It was
And
her chair.
yeah, it was her
Definitely.
chair. And was the color of the chair like a cherry red as well?
It was a rusty color. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. To me,
Yeah.
it looks like cherry red, but rusty looks good as well.
Yeah.
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 And even though um, I would say people probably asked her to replace it or change it, she refused to change
She
that
would.
armchair. It was like a pair of old slippers.
Yeah.
And I
It
do
was her
feel she would,
throne.
yeah. And I do feel she had a joking thing to say, if I have to die in this chair, I will die in that chair. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's
That's
right.
what she wanted.
Yeah. And I feel the day she did transition back to the spirit world, her stuff was still there by the side of the chair that
Yeah.
she'd keep stuff by the on the side of the armchair is what I'm being shown
Yeah,
as
we
well.
kept it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she shows me that as well. And she shows me as well, there's a lovely picture of you and the family that you still have at this time as well.
Yes. Yeah. My
Yeah,
dad has that. Yeah.
that's right. And
Yeah.
she's very happy about that. And with that picture, is there also flowers around that picture as well?
Um, I can't remember.
Okay,
I
because she
can't.
shows me that you kind of do what she did, that you're very much into flowers as well. Is that true?
I love flowers.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I
And
do.
without you realizing it, do you find yourself either sometimes saying things your mum used to say and you think in your
Oh,
head,
absolutely.
oh, that's what
Yeah.
my mum would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
That's right. And staying with the armchair, I also see your mum having slippers that she had for a long time that also were never discarded.
Yeah. She liked
Yeah.
her slippers. Yes.
And were they also a cherry red color, the slippers? They look like a dark red color.
I honestly can't remember.
That's okay.
Can't
But I do
remember.
see lovely slippers she had that were truly worn, but she never wanted to get a new pair of slippers.
No,
So I'm
she
gonna say she was very fussy with the clothes. Once she had the clothes she enjoyed, good luck in trying to get her
absolutely.
to wear something else.
She knew what she liked. Yes.
That's right. She knew what she liked and she liked what she knew.
Yeah.
So again, you could buy a Christmas present and she'd either say things like, oh, that looks interesting, dear. In other words, she was very polite, saying, I don't want that, need that. She just said, that looks very interesting. So you must
That's
remember,
exactly what she'd say.
that's right. That looks interesting, dear.
Yeah, she's very polite, but to the
Yeah, very
point.
polite and very diplomatic. Yeah. So she was very good at not making hurt people's feelings, but deep
Mm,
inside, she knew exactly what she liked and what she didn't like.
exactly. Yeah.
And I'd say, in a way, she was very difficult to please. But if you understood
Yes.
that she liked simple things in life, nothing complicated,
Yeah.
and wasn't very much, what's the word, flexible with moving with the changing times. She liked
Mm,
doing things her way. She's always done it
absolutely.
that way. That's the way she will continue doing it.
Yes.
So even the teapot was always the same. The kettle was the same thing,
Yeah.
even though it's getting really old. It does, the toaster as well. The toaster, you could do with the new toaster. Nope, no one's touching that toaster. So everything she had would stay the same, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Did I give you the name Dorothy? Yeah, I think I gave you that
Yeah,
name, but
Doris.
yeah, Doris,
Yeah.
Dorothy. Yeah. Anyway, before I leave you, I just feel like she's got a lovely sense of humor, bubbly nature, love, beautiful, gentle woman, full of love, wouldn't hurt a fly, as they say. And again, with you as well, she's very proud with how you've managed to allow your life. You seem very happy here, but she said you've had very challenging times. Would you
Yeah.
understand that? Yeah.
Yes.
So, and she said you've done a fantastic job by being very independent, being very proactive, and thinking, how am I going to deal with this? How can I deal with this? So she's very happy to see how you haven't allowed yourself to just sink in a hole, as it were, and you leave yourself in a
Mhm.
hole. You're always like climbing out the hole and you're doing things you haven't done before, but that's allowing you to keep growing and expanding, is what she shows me as well. So again, she comes in with much love for you, much appreciation, and so happy to see that you live in the life to the fullest as she did, because she feels she lived the life to the fullest in her
Yeah.
time, and how she's so happy that you're allowing yourself as well to live life to the fullest as well. So I'm going to say thank you for working with me, and I'll leave you with the love and blessing as well.
Thank you so much. That
Thank you,
was
Deb.
fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you. Right.
Okay, thank you.
And
So, Larry, I think we just need to give you a round of applause there for a lovely demonstration.
oh,
Well
thank you.
done.
Sitting ovation. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, some lovely detail. What I absolutely love about Spirit is that Deb, your mum, has been with me and she wanted to come to you. You were going to be my first contact. And Larry, I think, thought that he just had his two contacts. And the moment we said that Larry had another space for contact, your mum just jumped across. And it was that. So I think she was impatient. She's going to be first in the queue. So she wasn't waiting for me. She went straight to Larry because she did like it. She did like the men folk. She always had a bit of a joke. But I'm not going to go any further with that, Deb. I just want to say that I was just thinking how lovely that was. I physically, and because this is we're teaching mediums, I felt her energy just jump to Larry. It's like, oh, I'm going in first. Okay, so that's left a space for another spirit to communicate. So thank you, Debbie, and gee, thanks, Larry, for stealing my link.
Well, this is what you learned in the foundation class, how to steal other mediums' links.
Perfect. But I have had a gentleman with me for a lot of the afternoon. Sometimes they come in as we start working, and sometimes they don't. And I know that this is a very, very heavy set man. And I've been aware, and I'm aware of him now. He had a brown armchair, brown leather chair. He shows me being really very heavy set. I think weight was an issue for him, perhaps because of some health situations there. He's wearing white sleeves with a shirt with the sleeves up. I know he's a really thick set gentleman, and I know with him as he's around me, I've got a bottle of vodka that is tucked down by the side of my chair with him. So again, that sort of came in while Larry made the joke about vodka. So this is how spirit all work interlinked. So I also know with this man that the two names, Bernard and Pete or Peter, or a sounds like Peter with him. And my feeling is that his dad, and I'm also feeling that he possibly had an original Eastern European connection or something in that part of the world. Now I'm looking through, he's been very clear with me this afternoon. He's got himself comfortable here. Slippers on, a little drop of vodka, possibly a cherry vodka down the side. Now, I did feel drawn to, let's see who's raised their hand there. I'm sorry, I've lost you. Rowene, did we see who that was, please? Could you pop your hand up again, please, friend?
It's myself. I'm Isabel in Canada.
Okay, I'm just trying to find you, Isabel. Just bear with me. Oh,
I can't get my name written. It says iPhone on my...
there you are. I see you. Perfect. So do you recognize this man, please?
Somewhat, yes. My uncle's name was Bernard, and everybody would call him Bern.
Okay.
And I knew him as Uncle Bern. I don't know of any Eastern European lineage.
So would he have had an accent when he spoke, please? Because that is more the feel that I had. He had like a sort of twinge to that. Okay. So what I'll do is, if I just, do you recognize the way that he was built? Then like a chair, and he liked to drink.
Yes.
Down by the side, like no one else is having it. That's mine. Okay. And it's in a nice way. It's kind of tucked down by the side. This is not a man. I feel as though I'm repeating myself from Larry. This is not a man that had a huge alcohol problem, but he just sometimes found it difficult to get up to go and get a drink. So he would just be convenient to pop it down by his side there. So would that make sense to you, please?
I didn't know him as somebody who drank. I knew him as the very happy-go-lucky uncle who was very much achieved.
Okay, so again, please, I just wanted to be very clear that this man is not a man with an alcohol problem. Either that, or he would have made his own vodka and gave it away.
But I've heard in the family that my granddad and all of the uncles used to gather around and have a few drinks and play cards.
Okay. Right, because I've got a very male-orientated environment here with him, and I really like the feel of him. So as I said, the emphasis is not on the alcohol; it was the smell that I got with it, and I know I want to say he's like a gentle giant man.
Yes,
he's a big man. He's got a beautiful heart. But he mentioned Pete or Peter, who was very close to him also. In life, and that might be something that you could check upon, and I feel as though it's just he's showing the last part of his life when he wasn't as mobile as he could be.
Okay.
And I know there were circulatory problems in his legs, but I also know that he was somebody that would stand and lecture in his working life. He would share information. was very clear to him. He's not a lecturer in a school, but he would have overseen apprentices or trained people in their work.
He was the one responsible for the hydroelectricity project in Canada.
That will do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because I can see him.
So he was very important.
Absolutely. I can feel he's speaking very clearly. He is talking to apprentices. He's training people to go forward. And I had that real sense of pride with him. And I also know that at that time, he would have been a very smart man. And
extremely bright. Yes.
But smart in his dress as well. Smart in he would always look quite smart, quite well turned out there. And he's got very playful eyes.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say, yes, that's how I remember him, by his green, twinkly, very sparkly eyes.
Okay, because I also have green I don't know whether they're twinkly, not this time of night anyway, but he's making reference to my own looking at you.
Yes.
So he's wanting to bring that to you as well. And the amount of affection that he had for you, and also with the men in the family, because I feel here that there were 4 of them, and we have Thomas here as well.
Yes, that's my granddad. Yes.
Okay, so he's here and he's got a drink in his hand. And again, it's all about celebration and pipe smoke, and all of this is going on. And he's just, and I feel as though there's 4 of them, and their arms around each other, and they want to sway, and they want to sing, and they want to have fun. Okay. Now, I'm very aware that you brought a young one onto the screen there, because he tells me that your young one is going to play piano because it's already started. Okay. So your little one that you have there with you, you need to get a toy piano.
Oh, she already has a toy piano, but okay. I was aiming to get her piano lessons just yesterday.
Okay, brilliant. Because that's what he said when he said, if I felt was saying, get the piano. So hello, darling. Lovely to bring the little ones on.
Sorry, okay. Her hair's all messed up, but yes, she's a very bright little one, and she was just talking about her deceased granddad. We went to the cemetery and we couldn't find him, and she was talking about him for the longest time.
Okay,
and that would be Thomas.
Because I felt the information came from Thomas. It's like, there she is, get her the piano. That's really important. So beautiful. Okay. So we'll look forward to a very successful career there. All right. So, and with your granddad as well, I can't get around this accent with Bernard, but I would just say, when you speak with the family, I think he would either have been in Eastern Europe, or that was a part of his life that he perhaps didn't share too much of, but touched his life and shaped who he was. Because his brilliance came out of poverty, really difficult times when he was younger, and it was seeing other people and the difficulties with them, and knowing there's nothing like education. And he wants to say that to you. And I'm apologizing, you're up in my top corner, so everyone, if I'm just looking upwards, it's because I'm connecting there. He's absolutely so proud of the way you've been educated and educating yourself still. Okay. And he talks about an honours degree that you have, or something similar.
Well, I always credit him for giving me the kick in the pants to finish my master's degree 25 years ago. But he was the one who kind of brought me to finish that long 10-year university run with the 3 degrees and finishing with my master's. Yes.
Perfect. I don't even know if there is an honours degree, I'm afraid. My education has been in the School of Spirit. I wasn't a great schoolgirl, but it's that kind of degree and the pride to keep educating yourself, and it's really important. So I want to just bring his love into you. He has been waiting for you since about 2:00 this afternoon, UK time. So that would tell me that there was something significant about that time that made you decide to really come in this evening.
Okay.
Because it's like he's been waiting in his chair for you. And your grandfather is here as well. And I need to bring a chestnut horse to you that is also connected to one of these two men.
A chestnut horse.
Yes. Yeah. And that would be with your grandfather. And I know you can ask and find that information, as I do sense that he would have had or been connected to a chestnut horse out on some land.
It could be. They grew up in northern Quebec with not much. And as you said, my uncle used to say that all they got for Christmas was an orange in their stocking, and they would keep it for a month and it would go bad because it was the only thing that they would have. So my grandfather built an empire with his brothers. But he's also from modest beginnings, and he brought my uncle into the company. My uncle was university trained, and they were working together.
I need you to look out for the significance of the chestnut horse. And it's very important, and it will come to you. Information always comes afterwards. And it's a sign from Thomas. Okay. So that is something that he's trying to bring into your awareness through your daughter and through the family there. So it may mean nothing now, but it will. And I just want to let you know of the pride. He is so proud of you, so proud of your daughter, so proud of all you've achieved. And it just feels right to say, let's get those piano lessons underway.
Okay. Tu vas faire du piano, chérie.
Okay. Thank you so much for speaking to me and also for sharing your family with us.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. Do you know what is really lovely? Sort of here in the UK, for those of you that are in the UK, it's really difficult with demonstrations of mediumship, because especially the way the law is now in the spiritualist churches, it is very difficult sometimes for people to be able to bring children in and receive messages. But my youngest son was 12 years old when he was a platform medium and went on to be a healer. And he did his development at the same time as me. And he was demonstrating like this at 12 years old with his school trousers, a white shirt and a Mickey Mouse tie. And he was absolutely wonderful. So children are all part of everything that we are. So thank you for bringing her in. Okay, so I've just had a young man step into my energy again, and I also had this young man with me while Larry was demonstrating. And I'm looking at a musician, I'm looking at a young man with a guitar, and I'm looking at a young man that is all dressed in black, a little bit like a gothic look here going on. And very, very, very long, but almost like very thin legs and black jeans, and a lot of sort of black, very sort of large hair, almost back combed up with hairspray. And he's kind of wandered in. I feel there was a blood condition or a problem with the breathing in the chest. But the name of Mark is a connection. Now I need to establish whether he is Mark or whether I need to be talking to Mark, who is on the call. So let's just try and find Mark. Are you still there? No, I'm just looking for you. Okay, I've got Mark London. Are you still there, Mark? Okay, I think Mark might have moved away from the call. Okay, Mark, can you hear us?
We've got Kate with her hand up as well.
Okay, thank you. Perhaps it's not meant to go to Mark. So, thank you, Rowene. Who am I looking for, please?
Kate.
Kate, thank you. Do bear with us, everyone. There's a lot going on the screen. It's more exciting than being a bingo caller. It's all going on.
Kate, if you want to unmute yourself and speak, you'll jump to the top of the screen and we'll be able to see you.
Thank you,
Rowene. Hi, this is Kate.
Hi, Kate. I'm just still looking for you there. I am sorry. I just can't quite find you.
I don't seem to be able to get hold of my react button to wave my hand.
So I'm just looking on. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with me. How strange that I can't see you.
For some reason, my
I can see you talking, Kate. Okay. I won't waste any more time. I
there
don't
we are.
want
Here
to...
I am. I'm waving or clapping.
Hello. Okay. All right. I still can't see you. I need to change pages. Okay. I'm so sorry about this. This is bizarre. Rowan, can you see which page Kate is on, please?
On mine, she's on page 1, but somebody has just very kindly sent me a message to say that I can actually pin participants. So I'm going to see if I can do that. There we go. Can you see Kate now?
No. I'm looking at everybody on. Oh, Kate, there you are. You've just put your thumbs up. Well done. Super. Well, it's interesting, Kate, because my eye kept going to you earlier during the call. So do you recognise this young man, please?
I do. Not so much the hair and not so much the very long legs, but he was slight and wore black, and he was a musician.
Okay, and
yeah.
Okay. And okay, so let's go into
his
that.
name is Mark, by the way.
And his name is Mark. We found our man. That's lovely. Thank you, Kate, for bearing with us. Everyone, live broadcast. Don't we just love it? And now I have that feeling, I have that love that comes with him. But there must have been some kind of, his hair was very important to him because he was bringing that into my awareness. Okay, it was his statement. Now, I know you can't quite realise the way I've described it, but his hair was a statement for him. Okay. Can I just say I want to bring it down over part of my face?
Yeah, maybe not necessarily when I knew him, but
okay. Because I feel as though I want to be able to be slightly anonymous with him at times. Okay, a very kind-hearted man, and I'm feeling that link with him. He's not immediate family to you, is he?
No.
But I believe that you know. Would you know his mum, please?
No, I actually know his ex-partner very well.
Okay, I just want to home in trying to
When I say very well, I know her. They were at university with me.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. In trying to find you, I think he's gone slightly off of the link because he could actually be quite shy and reserved when he needed to be. And then other times, it's like he has two personas, shy and reserved. And then there's the other part of him that is the musician that is a slightly larger persona. Would that make sense, please?
He was actually a big performer. His stage presence was pretty significant.
But away from stage, it's different. This is how I feel with him. Okay, so he
didn't say a lot, but when he said something, it made an impact.
So he's got those two aspects of his personality, and I feel a great warmth that comes from him to you. Okay, because I feel you were somebody that understood him. He didn't share himself readily with people. He was incredibly private. Okay. I also feel with him that he could have a lovely voice when he had the confidence to let it shine. Okay, because I feel here as though he's got a real sort of pride, and it was encouraged out of him as well. Yeah. So, and I know that he likes to sing his own songs.
Yeah, he was quite they became quite in the alternative scene well known in South Africa a while ago, a long time ago.
Super duper. And would you recognise this blood connection with him, please? Because I feel as though there was something toxic that happened within his body.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
He brought about the end of his life quite quickly.
I don't know if it's allowed for me to say this. He died of the results of an addiction that killed him.
I felt this. Yeah, I did. I felt this, and because what I feel is that toxicity. He's put it diplomatically, and it just changed everything in his body, and you know, I can't with him. I know that he would struggle sometimes to be open and to be warm, but he wanted to be present this evening just to let you know how much you meant to him.
Oh, well, bless him.
Okay.
Likewise.
Because you were prepared to listen and talk, and you took him at every stage of his life exactly who he was, and you didn't need him to be anybody else. Okay.
Yeah, there was a simpatico and an honesty between us, yeah. Although
absolutely
we didn't connect that often.
I'm feeling this. So I have, I have this sense, as you perhaps may be able to feel from the energy, I have the sense that he can be engaging, and then he steps back again. So he is not somebody that you would have, anybody could have a close relationship with and keep it there. But if he loved you forever. And I want to say, I love you forever. Because he looked you, he came to you, he found you when he needed you.
It's funny. I mean, I think there was a rapport, but he didn't always say. But
he is now.
I know that he once said to someone else about me, I talked to her because she's honest. I can trust her.
Kate, so Kate, he's coming this evening in front of these beautiful people here and all those watching on playback to tell you right now what a beautiful person you are, because you need to hear it right now. Okay, the way life is at the moment, the way that you're feeling, the questions you've been asking, what am I doing here? Have I made a difference? Do I have a purpose? All of these things have been going through your mind, and he's been sitting, and you have 2 bar stool type chairs, I believe. He's showing me 2 higher chairs that you have.
I don't recall, but we used to see one another in bars a lot.
Okay, because I feel as I'm chatting with you on a bar stool here. Okay, yeah. So this is how he's bringing it, this high chair. And what he's saying is, I've heard your thoughts. I'm holding your hand. I know how you feel. You give a lot to people. You do not expect anybody to acknowledge you, but my golly, you need it now. And he said, and I'm telling you that you made my time on earth more precious, because although I was a free spirit, when I needed a friend, I knew where to find you, and you were my dearest friend. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay.
So,
never spoken, but
my golly, how now, and just call on him. He's there for you. He's your man, as you were supportive to him. And he said, and if you're really good, I might write you a tune. Okay. Thank you, Kate, for bearing with us. Thank you to Mark for coming forward. And just please know you're not on your own. You are very, very loved.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Bless you. Lovely, lovely energy. What a beautiful man. Okay, so I have a lady with me by the name of Lily. And I know I need to speak to somebody about Lily, and I'm just looking through. Okay. Could I connect with, please forgive my pronunciation, is it Notlang, Mabina?
Notlang is me. Hi.
Hi, I'm sorry if I've not made a very good job of doing that. Would you know of a lady by the name of Lily, or sounds like Lily, please? And I feel I wanted to be like a grandmother. Would I just work with you for a moment, because I've been drawn to you? But please, anyone, if you recognise this, pop your hand up as well. Okay.
No, I can't say that name rings a bell in any way, shape, or form.
It doesn't?
No.
Did you say? Okay. Well, could I just say I was drawn to you? And so I'm asking now why I was drawn to you. Sometimes we're drawn because there's a need. And could I just say, please, from the spirit world, I just want to tell you, you have a very tender, loving heart. And I need to let you know that you're so loved and your spirit family is surrounding you now. You're a natural healer, you're a natural medium. And could I just give you that? You've disappeared off of my screen, but
I'm
can
still
I? You're still there, yeah. I think it's just moving around, it's a connection. So could I just say that to you, please, that that's how the spirit world see you. They recognize you as one of life's beautiful souls.
Thank you. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
And I'm going to look at in the moment who has the hand up, but I need to just tell you that. And I need to tell you that from your grandmother, who I believe was a large part of your life. I need to stay with you for a moment. I'll come back quickly for Lily in a moment. And I know that your grandmother helped to raise you.
Yeah,
And that she would have been very close to you, like more like your mum. She
yeah,
was more like your mum. She protected you. She's a beautiful, you're very similar in your energy
yeah. That's true.
with you and your grandmother. And I know that she was a very forward-thinking lady, and she knew what you needed out of life. And I believe she was a great counsel for you
Absolutely.
when you needed it the most. Can I just say she's got a lovely hat on? And it feels like
Yeah,
it's
she, yeah. She loved to wear these hats, especially with events and things. So yeah,
yeah, she's got a beautiful hat and she's just showing that. But I can see both of you walking up a long road where it would be quite open. And that would be part of your living environment at the time.
mm, well, I guess walking in the streets, but
Yeah,
we don't
just
really
like
have.
almost like a dusty and being open. And I'm very mindful that can I just explain, please, because of the training that happens in mediumship, I was aware of Lily, but can I just say that this lady, as we started to pull away to address Laura and the other person, it's as if she's just come in and pushed them out the way and said, "No, I need to just tell you that I'm here." And so, and that you would remember her doing that.
Absolutely,
And do
yes,
you remember being on the bus with her and she would literally ask people to move so you could sit down?
yes, yes, for sure.
Yeah, you got to move. My granddaughter wants to sit down, okay? And he protected you because your mum was always, I think your mum had her energy, had to go a lot of different places.
Yeah.
And so she was that stabilizing, beautiful. Can I just say, did she teach you how to fish?
How to do what?
Fish, catch a fish.
No, not at
Because
all.
I've got a fish in a jar here. So would
Wow.
you know the memory about a fish in a jar? How
I
strange.
have
She
to
just
think about that. I have to think about that.
and
But I
like little tadpoles and things. So I think she was quite sort of keen on nature. But please do think it's a memory from when you were a child. And I just want to say to you, the name of Elsabetus, something that sounds like that to me. Elsabet, I've not heard anything like it before. Maybe a connecting name with her.
it's a bit.
Please bear in mind it's been said, okay? But I know that this lady she's only come in for a short message. And just to say to you, you are my granddaughter. You will always be my granddaughter. And you are one of life's angels. I always told you that when you were a child. Your work, your love, and your kindness is very much needed in the world. And please don't be afraid to show that to people because they need you. She said, "You are life's angel."
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you so much.
And I can really feel that in your energy. And we don't need to say more than that. She said, "You know what that means, and you need that now more than ever." And she's guiding you through. Keep asking her. She hears you asking for her. Okay, just asking out loud. She's guiding you right now. This is it's complex, but she said you understand what she's saying.
Yeah. I do understand.
Thank you. And thank you for speaking to me. And you really are a beautiful soul.
Thank you.
Okay, lovely. Thank you. So I usually try to bring more evidence, but we just had to go with that lady. And I know we're running out of time, but could I just find Lily quickly to say hello? Laura, you have your hand up there. And who else is one of the raised hands? Sorry, Rowan.
It's me as well, Donny.
It's Donny.
Donny, okay, this is interesting because Donny, I've been looking at you a little bit there. So what I'm going to do is try and find out which one of you Lily belongs to. Larry, can I ask you to join in the fun, please? If you'll join on Lily's link with me once we find out. Okay, so you both have Lily in the spirit world. Okay, but my Lily that I have here is very small. She's petite. And I feel that was her absolute name. It wasn't short for anything. Does that make sense, Laura or Donny, please?
It does slightly. My grandmother and my great-grandmother were both Lillian, but my daughter is named Lily after them.
Okay, thank you. And can I ask you, Donny, please, how you recognise the information?
So Lily was our neighbor when I was growing up, and she was our neighbor until she passed, and we were her, I guess, family in the end. She didn't have anyone else, and we took care of her.
Okay, and would you recognise her being quite petite, please? Quite small.
Always,
okay.
Always quite small, very thin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Laura, my love, thank you so much. But I feel the energy has gone to Donny. I think Lily was trying to come in, but I thank you. And I'm sure Lily would want to give you her love. So now I just have to find, do you know, I'm not very good at finding people on the screen, am I? I'm not sure, Donny, where you are now. Okay. I know what you look like because I've been...
I should be on your main screen, I think. I've been pinned, I think. No.
You're at the top. You're next to me there. I can see you. Donny, hello there.
Hi.
Okay, so Larry's going to try to link into your Lily as well. And we're just going to give you a little short message because we know it's getting late here. So, so Donny, I want to just say how lovely this lady is, how full she is, how full her energy is, and how her heart is almost bigger than her whole energy itself. And I've got this lovely way with her that she, I do feel her shoulders were quite rounded.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
And she has to sort of, and she's asking me, so she used to have to look up to see you.
Yeah.
And she used to have a hand gesture like this to let you know when she needed something.
Yeah, so she would literally wave at us in that way, and that's how her back became before she passed as she got older. Yep.
She's gorgeous. I love her. She's got a handkerchief in this hand for emergencies.
Yes.
And she's waving, and she has
exactly
a pair of, she has spectacles here as well.
Yes.
And they're pointed ones. Little pointy ones there.
I think so, yeah. I don't remember them exactly, but I remember she was a very elaborate woman in her time, and then as she got older,
What I am being shown here with the spectacles, I don't know if you're familiar with a character, a Dame Edna Everage.
Oh, yes.
And I feel that this is Lily.
Yeah.
And now I'm being given a joke here about Lily Savage as well, going into that. So my apologies if you're not sure who they are, everybody. But this is the kind of character I have with her. And she's just a beautiful laugh. She's got a raucous laugh with her. And I feel it's almost like a smoker's voice.
Yeah, I believe she used to smoke. I believe she
I've got that.
smoke. Yeah. But
the kind of rasp that goes with her. I love this woman. She's so funny. People sometimes thought she was a little eccentric. You didn't. You absolutely loved her. And she loved being eccentric. And the more people thought she was, the more she would do. You understand this?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, Donny, I'm just going to take a breath and see if Larry has anything to share with her there. Larry, is there anything there from Lily, please?
Well, the only thing I'd like to say, would you understand she had a very a posh way of speaking, or a very eloquent way of speaking?
Yes.
because I feel her voice was very a bit like those old-fashioned movie actors from the 1950s had a very certain way of acting and speaking that you don't hear anymore. And I feel like her voice was very elegant, eloquent, and would use words that we don't use anymore neither. So a very it's a bit like reading those old-fashioned books that they don't use the same vocabulary. So again, I feel drawn to the sound of her voice, the speech of the voice. Instead of saying simple things, "Oh, that looks good," she had a very I don't know, way of saying things instead of just like, I don't know what the word, expressing herself, just lovely way of expressing herself. And I also feel that she is a very private woman, even though you say she was a bit waving and all the rest of it, as Donna said, I do feel her privacy, her solitude was very important for her as well.
It was, it was. Mostly she was at home, but the
Yeah,
only person she had at the end, maybe last 10 years of her life, was us next door. And my
yeah,
mum actually is the person that took care of her more than anybody else. But
yeah,
through our mum, we also did as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I feel she was a woman of much pride. She was very independent, a bit on the stubborn side as well,
she
and didn't
was.
really accept help quickly and easily. She wanted to do everything herself. So a lot of pride. She was very proud of herself. And I do feel she's very intelligent as well, very aware of many things in life as well, as if she was well read, but she's very intelligent. And I feel drawn to her eyes as well. So you'd remember the eyes, the beautiful eyes, something about the shape and the color of the eyes as well. You'd remember that as well.
Yes, I do.
And
Yes, she did
yeah.
have some beautiful eyes. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they really stood out. And also when she smiled, I think Donna mentioned that she had a very special way of smiling as well.
She did. She did.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
She always had
And
that.
I just feel when she would speak to you, she'd hunch over as well, as if she'd lean into you, like she was very interested. And when she'd spoke to you or people, she'd just like really lean into the person.
She was. Yeah, yeah. Especially
Yeah,
when her hearing started to go as well. She was doing that a lot. Yeah.
yeah. And with her hair, do you remember she used to keep her hair up in a bun, as it were?
I I'm just trying to remember the hair actually. I think when I was very young, that's how I remember her because she was very independent going in and out of her house. But in her later years, she was just on her own. The only person she had was her brother. He'd passed away, so
Yeah,
we basically became her family. We would, take care of her and cook her a Christmas meal, etc. So we were always there. And Lily was our lovely neighbor. Yeah, and
yeah,
she tried to keep herself like she always like woke up and dressed smartly, and she had her nice clothes that she always wore every day, regardless of the fact she didn't really leave the house. But she
yeah.
had this tradition of doing that.
All right. And also,
Thank
would you remember
you.
her drinking something in a small liquor glass as
Yeah,
well?
yes, I
Yeah,
think it was sherry. If I
yeah.
sorry, I should have said that. Yeah, it was.
She
Yeah,
shows me drinking that, especially around the holidays. She would like take advantage of the holidays as if that was an excuse to knock it back, basically.
yeah, that was totally. Yeah.
So now I'm going to bring it
And
back to my spirit guide, Donna.
sorry, Larry, I just feel I'm just aware that Dot, you've raised your hand there. We'll just come to you in a moment. But Donny, can I just say that from Lily, I believe you're about to do something theatrical.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a big presentation next month. Yes.
Okay, but you do it with flair and you do it almost like almost like a theatre presentation. Would that make sense?
Yes, that's what I'm planning to do, even though it's a 300 people conference, but I'm going to be uh, g- going in that way and not making it traditional talk. You're right.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
and what she wants to do to finish this message to you, as you gave all of that to her, is she will be with you on that stage, and she will be because you're going to bring humour to the talk.
Yes.
And you're going to bring logic and life circumstance, and you're going to unfold that presentation like a mini theatre presentation. And she
Wow.
knows this, and she knows what you're thinking, and she thinks it's going to be a brilliant, fresh approach that will win the day.
Wow. Thank
Okay?
you. Yep.
So she is going to be right there alongside you, handbag over arm, of course.
She
Flip
always had her
handbag.
bag. Yeah.
Yeah, flip
Yeah.
handbag, matching shoes, pink coat, pink hat with flowers attached to it. and she's going to love every moment of standing next to you. So you're confident in it, but she wants to be, what she's acknowledging, Donnie, is that she's proud of you. You've worked a long time to come to this point, and she said, you go in there and you get them, son. You show them. Son, sorry, but that's what she said. You go in, son, and you show them.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank
So
you.
lots of love to you, Donnie. I believe you're also celebrating your birthday shortly.
In a couple of months, yeah.
Okay. Well, she always loved a birthday, and
She did.
so
Yeah, she did.
it's a
She never
special one.
forgot.
It's a special year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Larry, thank you also. Bless you. We must just ask Dot what we can do for you there. Dot, you've got your hand up there.
I just wanted to say, when Larry was talking at the end of his talks, he mentioned Doris and Dorothy for someone else, but my mother's name was Doris, and I am Dorothy. And a lot of the things he said to the other people I could relate to, which is a bit, surprising.
Yes, and sometimes that happens, Dot. Sometimes, although the communicator is working with the medium, it's sometimes presented in a way that someone who does need a little something from the spirit world can take something from that. And I think that's one of those situations. So, Dot, my darling, take that with all the love of spirit, all those little familiar pieces that perhaps were trying to give you some support there as well. And thank you for talking to us. It's wonderful. Okay. So, Larry, you're there, aren't you? Could we just say thank you? My goodness, everything's moving very quickly on the screen. Thank you to each and every one of you for joining us here. It's beautiful to see the new faces. It's beautiful to see some of our accredited mediums, Mariana, Stian, lovely to see you there as well. You've been through the process with us and you've qualified there. And I also want to say hello to Donna, who's training with me, and anyone else that we may have missed. Thank you, everyone. I'll hand you to Larry and Rowene for our final words. Please join us next week. Please join us next week, same time, same place, between 6 and 7:30. Larry and I are going to be taking you through a short masterclass to give each of you the opportunity just to feel your own spirit connection. You don't have to have any particular ability. Come along anyway, join us, and let's see what that connection can do for you. So from my heart, thank you. We're sorry we couldn't get round to everyone, but we have so appreciated and loved your energy supporting everyone else. Thank you. Larry, is there something you wanted to finish with there, please? And then over to Rowene.
Yeah, if you'd like to send your box of chocolates, please see the address on the link below, and I'll be glad to eat the chocolate and give you a full updated review. But apart from that, I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time out to watch us and to spend time, and for all the lovely spirit communications that came through this evening. And it was wonderful, as Donna said, to have all your lovely energy here. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Larry. And then we'll hand over to our lovely Rowene, who deserves an absolute medal with the team, with Tara and Cindy and everyone who works so hard for us at the school. Over to you, Rowene. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a lot of nice stuff. Thank you, Donna. I just want to say thank you to you and Larry for the beautiful evidence that we received tonight, and to everybody for joining us and bringing your amazing energy. And I'm really excited for next weekend's more experiential workshop, and we hope to see you all there. Thank you for joining us and for sitting with us while we went over time. Have a beautiful evening, everybody. Bye.